And here we are at the render layouts rollout. This was planned to be something very different, but it's a little outdated of a paradigm at this point. So let's look at this as an unsupported feature. That's the best way I can say it, I guess. So this default's set at 1:1, okay? And it's set at 1K, so this is how it comes to you. So the first time you open that up, it's going to look just like this. Now, I can select this object and I'm going to pack it. It's going to pack fill based upon all of my settings in the panel here. There is something that you can do. You can say, if you V1, let's do 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I render that. That looks all right. So I have map channel 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, UV channel, map channel. And at this point, I can say, I want to render these out at that ratio. Let's do 512 map. So 512 by 512. And when I refresh this, you see that these map channel buttons update, right? So let's take a look here. I select the treasure chest top. I click that. It updates 1, 2, 3. This says 1, 2, 3. Select this, an update. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at this point, I can take the ratio of 1:1, which would be 512 by 512, and I can take channels 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I can process the batch. So what that's going to do is render out the 4 layouts for me. I don't want to touch anything. It'll open the window, and then you can see that you have 4 images that are the UV layouts for those things. So that method is there if you like it. I started working on making it so you could do width over height and height over width for dimensional changes. Those didn't work out so great. Let's just take a quick look at that. We'll just look at U1V1 when this comes out because these other ones aren't really mapped properly. So we have width over height. We're going to choose 2K by 512. That way we have a ratio of 4:1, and you can see that here. It's 4 times as wide as it is tall. I'm going to actually just take those off, turn those off. We're just going to render map channel 1. So we'll process that as a batch. There we go. We open up the section here, and there is our image file to take a look at. It's not as easy to see because of how that is green. Let's see if I can get this zoomed in here. There you go. That is... It's squished. The dimensions are incorrect for the geometry, but there you are. We can open this up, and you see that once we make these settings here in the render layouts panel, and then we update the preview, that will push settings for the editor window to use when it is opened. So we opened the editor window. We're going to now... Actually, let's go back to U1. We have to go back to map channel 1. Just going to turn those off again. I'm in map channel 1. I'm going to click this to open map channel 1. Now you see that we are not in map channel 1 with the same preview until I updated SSUV's preview window. Then that updated the editor window. Now I can take this and scale this down. Okay. And that looks all right. Now at this point, I can update that. And at this point, I can process that. And at this point, we can look at that. Oop. And that looks correct. So it might take some finesse to learn this. I really don't see much use in it for people. So it's there if you ever need it, but just, don't expect much change or anything special from it. Do yourself a favor, keep it set to 1:1, and if you keep it set on 1:1, it doesn't matter what else you select here. You never need to even open this, but it's there in case you ever want to.